He's fighting Usyk again.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's a tough fight.
Yeah.
That Usyk guy is talented. He's so talented. He's so small for a heavyweight, too.
Who you thought won? You said you won, and the reason you thought the judges gave it to him because his country was at war. Do you regret saying that?
No, I don't regret anything. Why would I regret that? You had your little chance to knock me out, didn't you? Couldn't do it, could you? Hit me with 10 shots in a row and couldn't do it.
You too have chance, brother. You too have chance.
Joe Rogan has offered a unique and insightful perspective on the upcoming rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury. Known for his keen analytical mind and passion for combat sports, Rogan's breakdown sheds light on the dynamics of the fight and what fans can expect when these two giants step into the ring again.
He's non-stop movement and his footwork and everything. It's so different than anybody else. Joshua didn't know what to do with him. He's like, where is this guy going to be when I'm throwing punches? He was moving all over the place.
In their first encounter, Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion turned heavyweight maestro, faced off against Fury, the self-proclaimed Gypsy King and reigning WBC heavyweight champion. The fight was a clash of styles, Usyk's technical brilliance versus Fury's unorthodox movement and size advantage. Rogan noted how Usyk's precision and footwork allowed him to stay competitive against Fury's overwhelming size and reach. However, Fury's ability to adapt and impose his physicality over 12 grueling rounds eventually turned the tide in his favor, leading to a narrow decision win.
Well, you know what it is? He's a heavyweight, and the heavyweights were never really that good in terms of that kind of technique. It's like you need it at like middleweight and light heavyweight because everyone's super talented and technical. When you get up to the heavyweight division, guys it tends to be like a lower bar, you know, and so when you have an elite athlete like Joshua who's like fast and knockout power, he can excel without having the kind of technique that a guy like Lomachenko and Usyk were trained by the same guy. They were both trained by Lomachenko's father.
Rogan predicted that the rematch would hinge on how well Usyk could handle Fury's physicality and how Fury responds to Usyk's relentless movement and precision. Rogan suggested that Fury needs to assert dominance from the opening bell. Usyk thrives on movement, and Rogan pointed out that Fury must limit his lateral mobility. Moreover, Joe Rogan believes Usyk's best chance lies in outmaneuvering Fury. He needs to make Fury miss and make him pay. Usyk can't stand and trade punches with someone that big. Targeting Fury's body early could slow him down in the later rounds. A big guy like Fury doesn't like getting hit in the body. Usyk has to invest in those shots early.
So they both have extreme technique. And then you have Bivol and Bitter Beef that just fought. Same thing. Both like super Soviet style boxing, and you go, whoa, like this is technique, like really, really high level technique. But it's rare that someone with that kind of technique gets into the heavyweight division.
Joe Rogan also addressed the psychological warfare between the two fighters. Fury's trash talking and mind games often give him an edge, even before the first punch is thrown. However, Rogan pointed out that Usyk's calm demeanor and laser-focused mindset make him a tough nut to crack. Rogan said that Usyk doesn't play into Fury's antics. He's all business, and that could frustrate Fury. On the physical side, Rogan highlighted the importance of conditioning for both fighters. Fury's size advantage comes with the risk of fatigue, while Usyk's high output style requires peak endurance.
Technique and huge. And if you watch the Usyk fight, he was touching Usyk up in the beginning of the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, that reach and that jab, the accuracy that he has, he was doing really well in that fight until he started to slow down a little bit. And Usyk wound up just catching him.
Joe Rogan is a passionate boxing enthusiast, particularly at the elite level, and has previously welcomed Tyson Fury onto his show. As one of the millions who watched the fight, Rogan expressed high praise for both fighters right after the first fight. Taking to Instagram, the voice of the UFC wrote, "What a fight! Congratulations to Oleksandr Usyk for winning the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. And huge props to Tyson Fury for not just surviving the 9th round, but coming back strong. No one recovers from being rocked like Fury. He's truly got the heart of a champion. I can't wait for the rematch." Nothing about Fury and Usyk's initial showdown in May could be described as particularly strange. Usyk emerged victorious on points, having landed the fight's defining blow in the 9th round, securing his place as the undisputed heavyweight champion, an accomplishment he first achieved 6 years earlier, but at cruiserweight. In an interview with Fight Hype, Evander Holyfield was questioned about the possibility of a rematch and outlined exactly what Fury must do to overcome his sole career loss. He said, said, I think that he gotta use the jab more. He's going to have to double jab more. I think sometimes grabbing the person makes it worse for him. He has to be able to step back, come forward, step back. Grabbing people tends to give people a bit of a rest and give them the chance to hit you. Fury has committed to staying more focused in the rematch, acknowledging that he lost concentration during their first encounter. Meanwhile, Usyk has acknowledged that Fury posed the greatest challenge he's faced in his career. When choosing the winner of this month's major heavyweight bout between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk, Dillian Whyte is finding it difficult to make a decision. You know, it's a hard one to say, man. It's a hard one to say. If I'm a betting man, I will pick Oleksandr Usyk, said Whyte when speaking to Sky Sports. He added, but I know from history, and I've seen Fury fight, seen his resolve, been in camp with him and fought him obviously, and seen him always bounce back, so it's hard to go against him. He seems to, I don't know, he's one of those guys you can't just write him off because you think he's finished and he's not going to come back, then he comes back and produces the goods. Obviously, it's a hard one to pick, man. I can't pick a winner right now. The two heavyweights squared off earlier this year in an electrifying undisputed world title clash, where Usyk narrowly triumphed over Fury in a split decision victory. In the upcoming bout, Fury will challenge for the unified WBC, WBO, and WBA titles, while Usyk will be stripped of his IBF belt. A victory over Usyk would solidify the British fighter's legacy, further cementing his place in boxing history alongside monumental achievements like his world title win over Vladimir Klitschko and the epic trilogy with Deontay Wilder. If he triumphs in their December rematch, it would undoubtedly be his crowning accomplishment to date. Promoter Frank Warren told Sky Sports, all the doubters, all the journalists were saying Usyk is now up there with all the legends of the sport, the Muhammad Alis, the Fraziers, the Foremans, the Joe Louis, as being one of the greatest and certainly the greatest of his generation. And I'm pleased they've said that because when Tyson beats him, no one can debate the fact that he's beat the best of his generation. Despite the fact that Usyk was able to severely shake him during the first round, Fury is unconcerned. That punch, if he chucked that punch he hit me with maybe 100 times, it would have not done any damage. But that one time it did, he told Sky Sports. Fury believes he can win the rematch, with a minor change, because the first fight was evenly balanced. Tyson Fury is unmistakably determined to never be anyone's backup option. This fight holds a personal weight for him, no matter how he tries to downplay it. For the first time, he's facing an opponent who isn't intimidated, someone who refuses to give ground. Fury realizes that the outcome now rests entirely on his complete skill set, his technique, experience, and the last bit of fight he has left in him. It's all or nothing, because if that's not enough, this contest might end even faster than the previous one. After evaluating Tyson Fury, he recognizes that Fury will likely attempt to dominate him, leveraging his size, strength, and physicality, attributes he should have relied on from the beginning and must now fully embrace. Tyson needs to combine his boxing expertise with immediate, relentless pressure from the opening bell. The longer the bout stretches on, the more vulnerable he becomes to losing the stamina necessary to maintain that intensity against Usyk. Meanwhile, Usyk's strategy in their first encounter was straightforward. He vowed to deny Tyson any breaks, making him work for every second, and that's precisely what he delivered. Usyk is keenly aware that he now has the tools to hurt Fury. With the power, speed, and tactics to outmaneuver his opponent, Usyk knows he holds the upper hand, a fact that Fury is also well aware of. This presents a unique challenge for Fury, as he has never faced such a situation in his career. Boxing expert Johnny Nelson said, I initially believed Fury's sharpness, intelligence, and size would be too much for Usyk in their first fight. However, Fury ended up overthinking things. Usyk stayed relentless, keeping him on edge and forcing him to fight from both the back foot and the front. Fury tried to outthink and outmaneuver his opponent, all while maintaining a polished image. Being 3 steps ahead can sometimes mean outsmarting yourself, yet one can also overestimate their own intelligence. Despite this, Usyk kept Fury on the back foot, staying consistent and unyielding in his approach. Usyk demonstrated his prowess as a precise and relentless finisher, consistently pressuring Fury. Yet, the referee granted Fury an unfair reprieve, missing the opportunity to either halt the fight or give Fury a proper count when it was needed. This was a clash of two skilled titans, with each bringing their best to the ring. Both fighters are undeniably gifted and seasoned, but in the end, one's strategy proved to be the superior force. Johnny Nelson added, he landed a few solid shots on Usyk and had him hurt, but Usyk refused to back down. He pressed forward, determined to challenge Tyson's resolve, thinking, I need to test his heart. At that moment, Tyson realized the fight had shifted. When he felt the sting of Usyk's left hand and was momentarily rocked, he knew Usyk had found his opening. In an interview with Pro Box TV, former world champion Sean Porter backed Tyson Fury to emerge victorious in his upcoming rematch, claiming the title as a solo champion. Porter shared his expectation that Fury would win, pointing to his size advantage over Oleksandr Usyk. He highlighted Fury's exceptional ability to utilize his reach, size, and speed, traits that set him apart from most fighters. Porter envisioned the fight unfolding unfolding much like the first half of their previous encounter, noting that a calm yet unyielding Fury would bring both focus and relentless pressure. He continued by praising the British fighter's diverse skill set, expressing confidence that it would be on full display that night. Porter highlighted Fury's vast range of abilities, which he believed made him the clear favorite in the contest. He stressed that Fury must seize control of the fight from the outset, warning that any lapse in focus could prove costly.
I actually do expect him to win this rematch. I think he's bigger than Usyk, and that size advantage that he has, he, unlike most fighters, knows how to use that size, that reach, that speed. I think the whole fight will play out the way that the first half played itself out. I think the whole fight's going to go that way. A very focused and determined Fury is a quiet and relentless Fury.
Tyson Fury has proven his dominance in rematches, as seen in his decisive trilogy with Deontay Wilder. Sean Porter is confident that a sharper, more driven Tyson Fury, currently training in Malta, will emerge victorious in this upcoming clash. Porter said, "Fury has so many things in his arsenal that makes him the dominator in this fight. He has to dominate this fight, and he can't afford to let himself get caught off guard." Discussing the fight on Pro Box TV's Top Stories show, Paulie Malignaggi called it a must-win situation for the 36-year-old Fury, adding, "Can he physically do what he needs to do at his age? Fury has a history of showing us he can surprise us with the different things that he does. No one really expected him to do what he did in the Vladimir Klitschko fight." In contrast, Malignaggi commended the precise, robotic style of the Ukrainian fighter. While he anticipates the upcoming match will play out differently from their previous thrilling showdown, he remains confident in Usyk's ultimate victory. On the other hand, Chris Algieri described Usyk as a mental challenge, calling him a nightmare that was difficult to overcome.
In the build-up to the last fight, his father headbutted a member of the team, blood coming down, we all remember that.
That was a perfect headbutt as well.
What's gonna happen if somebody in his family does that to your team?
That ain't gonna happen.
Let's not go there. That ain't gonna happen.
This man's trying to stir shit up in you.
It's a face-off,
I can see you're a DAZN man.
This
Calm down.
fight doesn't even need that, because it was such a great fight between two of the best heavyweights of the 21st century. The last fight was a magnificent fight.
Malignaggi suggested that Fury might refine his strategy as the rematch approaches, similar to the adjustments he made in his fights with Wilder. He noted that while Fury relied on a defensive approach in their initial clash, he adopted a more aggressive, forward-moving style in the second bout, using his physicality to assert dominance. However, Malignaggi warned that Usyk poses a unique challenge, one that could prove far more difficult to overwhelm than Wilder.
So I do think that Fury will have to make some adjustments, and a piece of me thinks that it could be in the form of the way he made the adjustment against Wilder, where from the first to the second fight, he went from a boxer on the back foot to a physical guy on the front foot because he was so much bigger. I'm curious to see how that will play out against Usyk. I will say this though, Usyk is not gonna go as quietly as Wilder did.
Lennox Lewis, the ex-undisputed heavyweight champion, believes that if Fury reflects on his past mistakes and makes the necessary adjustments, he has the potential to defeat the unified champion. Lewis said, "I think Fury learned what he needs to do next time because he didn't do enough. He needs to do a lot more. I like him a bit heavier for his fights and not moving around as much." He added, "He has to conquer his own self first. He's been through these things before, so I think he can do it because he knows what to do. He's been at lows before and at highs before. He's down here right now. He knows how to get back up here. He just needs to put in the work." Lewis believes that he gets his energy from revenge in his fights, and he believes that Fury will feel the same way after his first defeat. Lewis is 59 years old. Lewis said, "Every day, I woke up training for this person, ready for this person, thinking about them the whole day. I took it real serious. Wake up every day to their picture, stick it on the wall, and be thinking about them all the time. It's a mental war you're going in against." Conor McGregor is convinced that Tyson Fury will showcase an evolved version of himself when he squares off against Oleksandr Usyk. In their initial encounter, Fury was widely regarded as the favorite, largely due to his size advantage. However, in this upcoming clash, he finds himself cast in the role of the underdog. Despite this shift in momentum, McGregor believes that the changing dynamics will continue to play a crucial part in their rivalry. "We've always got to win our fights schedule," McGregor said when asked if Fury needed to win the rematch. He added, "You certainly don't want to be on the receiving end, especially from a guy like Oleksandr Usyk. But that was a close fight also, and I thought Fury had his moments. Fury is another guy who can make great adjustments adjustments. And if you look at his trilogy with Deontay Wilder, he got better as it went on. Derek Chisora, meantime, has named a favorite in his prediction of Tyson Fury's rematch with Oleksandr Usyk. Speaking to Second Sout, Chisora said, "Do I believe Tyson can beat Oleksandr? I look at the way he's going in sparring camp. I don't personally believe that with the sparring partners he's got right now that they're pushing him to be a menace. They're in awe of Tyson. They will pull their punches when sparring. These are the things I'm seeing. What I'm seeing is that Oleksandr is doing it completely different." Chisora went on to add, "I think Oleksandr is way more like to start fast and finish fast. He knows he can hurt him now, so he's going to come and try and hurt him. He keeps saying that he won't leave him alone. I would love Tyson to win, but right now, those odds are not looking great." Ahead of Fury's rematch with Usyk, it's not just Chisora who feels apprehensive. Eddie Hearn, the renowned promoter, has also weighed in with his thoughts. Although he's hopeful for a Fury win, Hearn openly acknowledges that Usyk remains the strong favorite to claim another victory. Speaking last month to IAFL TV, Hearn said, "I have no idea how to beat him, but Tyson Fury is a very smart fighter." He added, "He has smart people in the corner, but also from an IQ level in boxing, he's right up there. Unfortunately, so is Oleksandr Usyk. So my money, especially when he's won the first fight, will always be on Oleksandr Usyk. My heart wants to see Tyson Fury win, not just because he's British, but also because I want to set up the AJ fight. I'd love to see him do it, but I do see him as the underdog in this fight." At a towering 6 feet 9 inches, Fury dwarfs Usyk, who stands at 6 feet 5 inches. McGregor had anticipated a victory for Fury, citing his height as a key factor in the fight. Yet, Fury was unable to capitalize on his physical superiority, and in the 9th round, Usyk delivered a shocking blow, claiming a decisive victory over the former WBC champion. Many in Fury's camp believe the chaos surrounding his preparations took a toll on his performance. Ahead of his initial showdown with Usyk, the Gypsy King sustained a cut in sparring, leading to yet another postponement of the long-delayed bout. This setback meant he couldn't participate in any sparring sessions before the fight, but Fury chose not to offer any explanation for his lackluster display in the ring. The British boxing star remains firm in his conviction that adhering to a proven game plan is key to defeating Usyk, asserting that his performance in their first meeting was more than enough to secure the victory. He said, "I know what I've got to do. Nothing drastic. People can say, I want to change trainers, or I'll blame it on me conditioning coach, or I'll blame it on the cook, or I'll blame it on the mouse next door." He added, "For me, it is the same team, same everything. I know what I've got to do. I thought I won the fight last time. There's no secret. I'm going in there to knock him out because I don't think I'm going to get a decision, no matter what I do. So I have to take it out of the judge's hands. I believe I have to get him out of there." Usyk's unyielding drive and focus have propelled him to the pinnacle of boxing, capturing undisputed titles in both the cruiserweight and heavyweight divisions, and making him the first fighter to defeat Fury. With their highly anticipated rematch scheduled for December 21st, the looming question remains. Although Fury may have a physical advantage, will it be sufficient for him to reclaim victory and avenge his previous defeat? Todd Dubouf told Sky Sports, "I don't know the gamesmanship Tyson plays, but I do think stylistically he's going to have to be really focused for the entire 12 rounds. Usyk is terrific. He has shown that he's a wonderful fighter, an incredible heavyweight who transitioned from a lighter division up to heavyweight, and he seems like you're not going to phase him at all mentally." A clash between Dubois and Fury, both British fighters, would be an electrifying spectacle, especially if the undisputed heavyweight world title were on the line for the victor. Dubois said, "Stylistically, Dubois, a puncher against a big boxer. I think it sets up for a fantastic stylistic fight, a real contrast of styles. Then you could get the undisputed all over again. It's really fascinating." DJ Vlad, the YouTube interviewer and podcaster, has released the 9th installment of his conversation with Bill Haney, father of boxing champion Devin Haney. In this episode, the Ukrainian-American host explored various topics, including the highly anticipated rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury, and posed a pivotal, thought-provoking question to Haney.
You couldn't even put me down after being on Bambi legs. You hit me 10 shots. 10 clean shots on the chin. No canvas touch.
Yeah.
You're in the rematch.
Okay.
Like Tupac said, you hit me with your best shots and couldn't do all. You know what's coming for you. I'm gonna you up, bitch.
Like many, Haney was taken aback by the Cat's unexpected triumph over the previously undefeated British fighter, and he quickly became a fan. Looking ahead to the rematch, Haney acknowledged he hadn't foreseen Usyk's commanding victory over Fury, but he now fully recognized Usyk's prowess. He confidently predicted that Usyk would again outshine Fury, claiming a 2-0 record. Soon after, DJ Vlad commented on Fury's reputation as a real fighter, despite his unconventional physique for a world champion boxer. In response, Haney Haney highlighted the significance of Fury's fighting legacy, crediting his father, John Fury, as a strategic force in the sport. Haney voiced his belief that the upcoming fight would be a tough contest, confident that Tyson would be fully prepared. When asked about his prediction for the outcome, Haney remained resolute.
No, he's a fighter. He comes from a fighter family.
Yeah.
You know, his dad, you know, a mastermind within himself. You know, so I expect a fight now. I expect Tyson to come. He's gonna come ready.
Tony Bellew confessed he was taken aback by Oleksandr Usyk's commanding performance against Tyson Fury in their first meeting. Although Fury faced significant challenges, the British boxer remains optimistic that the Gypsy King can turn the tables in a rematch. Speaking with The Express, Bellew shared his surprise at Fury's difficulties during their initial clash. Bellew added, "This time, he will be a lot more savvy and a lot more aware. It's insane that a man who is 6'3" and just 100 kilos was able to bully this 20-stone, 6'9" monster, and that's what he did. He won't have that element of surprise going into the rematch, but ultimately, Usyk is the best natural boxing heavyweight I've ever seen. I never thought he would be big enough for heavyweight. When Fury first faced off against Usyk, his towering height worked to his advantage. Now, as he gears up for his much-anticipated comeback, the veteran fighter embraces the role of the underdog with determination. He said, "I've always been a bad man my whole life, and I'm still one today at nearly 40 years old, a few years off 40, but I like to say that. I'm going to go in there with destroy mode." As Oleksandr Usyk prepares for his much-anticipated rematch with Tyson Fury, boxing icon Bernard Hopkins throws his support behind the Ukrainian standout. Hopkins joins the chorus of experts sharing their predictions, boldly forecasting another victory for Usyk over the reigning heavyweight title holder. Hopkins said, "I think the smaller guy is really the big guy in heart and the big guy in talent. I believe Usyk has his number, and I believe that he's not a big heavyweight, which I think helps him in this particular fight. I just think he has the IQ that Tyson Fury won't be able to keep up and withstand as time or rounds go on. I like Usyk, possibly by stoppage late and not from a punch. I think it will just be a mercy call by the referee." So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.